What's happening, everybody? My name is Rewind, and today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of my Minecraft world. Let's get to it. By the way, this world is in Bedrock and all in survival, and I'm not actually done with this world yet either. I'm going to keep working on this world in a Let's Play series, and that's actually why I want to give you a world tour today, so I can show you what I've got here so far before we go on to build new cool things. And last thing before we get started is I did get my braces in just a week ago, which means I still do lisp sometimes when I talk. But if you're confused on what I'm saying, just go ahead and leave me a comment and I'll make sure to reply. So let's get our gear on and our tools in the toolbar, and then we can head down to my Minecraft starter house, which is just down here. So my Minecraft starter house is a pretty basic design. It's a rectangle based on two different types of woods and then a cobblestone triangle on top. And that's a pretty basic design for a Minecraft starter house, but it's been good for me so far. Now if we move in here and then look to the left, I have my map wall. And yes, if you're wondering, these are all fully zoomed out maps, which I think is level 4, and I think that means that each of these is 2,000 by 2,000 blocks. And we found lots of things like a mushroom biome here, multiple ice biomes, but we still have not found a jungle biome. At least not yet. That might be coming in the next few episodes. And you can see just how big these maps are by the fact that this is our base, and you can't see anything here because our base is too small to show up on this map right now. Anyways, if we look over here to the left, there's my horse named Chad and some extra enchanted books in here. Then this barrel holds anything we might need for enchanting or map making. There's our cartography table, brewing stands, a chest full of extra potions, 2 dogs. This barrel here holds anything we might need for our potions. Then over here in this corner is the enchanting table as well as a 3rd dog. And over here an anvil, a grindstone, and 2 armor stands for decoration. Now if we move up a floor, this is my treasure / tools room. So I've got a lot of gear here from raiding end cities, and then over here and here is some extra diamond gear. Over here we have end blocks. Here is some extra tridents. This is my treasure chest, but my diamonds are not in here right now because I took them out for the thumbnail. Then over here I have some extra gear and equipment in this chest, as well as some really rare items. Then over here I have music discs, and these 2 chests is just various etc. things, and it wouldn't be complete without a jukebox, ender chest, and a couple beds. So we'll give this room one last look, and then we'll move down 2 floors over to the storage / smelting area. So this side has smelters that you can do manually, as well as a lot of coal. On this side there's an automatic smelter. And then going down this hallway on both sides, we just have various storage rooms. This one here is mainly for precious metals / ores, and you just keep on going down. We've got storage all the way. This is good for now, but I will be making a better storage system with hopefully an automatic sorter for every item in the game later on. Alright, if we get up on out of our starter house over here and use a couple rockets, we should be able to get a good look at this custom river we made as well, with the sugarcane farm beside it, this other farm next to it which can hold wheat, carrots, pretty much anything. And then over here, this stone outline is where we're going to be putting our storage building eventually. And if we use one more rocket here and turn around, you should have a good view of what we have accomplished so far in this area, and I'll meet you right down here. Okay, now that we've landed at the back of my starter house, you're probably wondering, what is this weird stone structure behind your starter building, Rewind? And it is a 1 wide automatic sugarcane farm. It really doesn't produce much, but I'm not going to put in the effort right now to take it down because why would I? It's just staying here and giving me some sugarcane every so often. So I'm just going to leave that there. And if we look to the left, here is the 2 buildings that I call the tower and the cave here. Now these buildings are final. These are going to be staying here in the starting base area. My starting house may be taken down at some point to make room for some bigger and even better builds, but the tower and the cave are here to stay. So as you can probably tell by the hole here and the shulker boxes in the sides, the cave is not 100% finished, but it is very close. And if we come to the end here and look to the right, this here is my storage system for when I go mining. It can hold pretty much anything you go and get while you're mining. It can hold cobblestone, andesite, granite, diorite, dirt, gravel, coal, lapis, really anything you could get. And if there's something that comes through here that's unexpected, there's even these row of chests for miscellaneous items. Now, as you can probably tell by the shulker boxes here, this is equipped with a shulker box unloader. All you have to do is take the shulker box. It might have granite, coal, and andesite in it, and then you put it in here, press the button, and it'll automatically unload it for you. And yes, there's also a automatic multi-item sorter here. So all types of redstone go into this chest here, all types of lapis go into this chest, coal here, all automatically. All I have to do is put the shulker box in here and press the button. Alright, now let's head down to our mine at the bottom of this bubble elevator, and I'll meet you down there. So, keep it 100, I am definitely one of those Minecraft players that will start a project, not quite finish it, and then move on to another project. And this mine here is definitely one of those places. As you can see, I've carved out the general outline and mined out a massive space here, but I haven't finished it up with the flooring or the strip mines going off into the side or the general aesthetics. So we'll definitely return here in a later episode and do these things. I actually got the idea from this from Lord of the Rings. They go into this place called the Mines of Moria, and there's these big pillars up to the ceiling and this huge carved out area in the Mines of Moria. And I decided, why not put that thing from Lord of the Rings into Minecraft? So that's exactly what I did. Other than that, we also have a beacon space here. Without the beacon itself, because I only have one at the moment, but in case we need it, this place is here to have Instamine. Alright, now if we move back up here, we'll get up the bubble elevator and show you the rest of the cave. Okay, we're back up here at the storage room, and I'll give you one last good look at it to see everything that we've got here in this room. And if I turn around and go to the other side of the storage room, we have the equipment room section of the cave. The equipment room has 3 different sections. The first one is the armor equipping section, which has 2 different automatic armor equipping stations. The first one here is for fire protection armor, which you really need because you come into a lot of lava when going down and mining for those precious diamonds. And on the other side of it, this one here holds our normal armor. So I can give you a quick example here. If I just take off my armor and put it in this dispenser here, and then if we stand on the pressure plate right in front of it, it's going to automatically equip our armor for us. Boom, easy as that, and we're automatically all suited up. Alright, so if we move to the next section of the equipment room, we also have the tool section. And over here in this barrel, we have my silk picks. And yes, I have a full barrel of fully enchanted diamond silk touch pickaxes. Not only that, but the same thing over here with fortune pickaxes, I have a full barrel of those as well. And I already know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Rewind, why in the world would you spend so many diamonds making these 2 barrels of diamond pickaxes? That's such a waste. You could just have a couple and mend them over and over, and you wouldn't need to spend all those diamonds. Well, actually, I got all of these diamond pickaxes by villager trading. I didn't spend a single diamond on these, only emeralds. And for that reason, I was able to make these entire 2 barrels of diamond pickaxes. And I will show you that village where I got these later on in the video. Alright, to the other side of it, I also have some shovels, but not as many because I can't get these through villager trading, and some miscellaneous items here, like water buckets and torches, that I might need while going down and mining. Now this last section of the equipment room is mainly just for aesthetic, and you might be wondering also, why did you make the floor out of golden quartz and put so much gold on the walls and ceiling? And really, it's just for the flex. I had a lot of extra quartz and gold and decided, why not show it off? And so that's exactly what I did here. Now if we move over to the end of this room and head up this bubble elevator, you are going to see a familiar building when we get up here to the top. Yes, that's right, we're at the tower. And the tower serves mainly 2 different purposes. Well, maybe 3. First of all, it looks very cool. Second of all, it gives us a good lookout over our base area, and it will look even better when we have our main building over there, our storage building over there, and some other stuff in the middle. And lastly, it also serves as a good jump off point to go and fly around and get over to any place in our base that we need to. Now I'll just fly over here for a little bit and turn around and give you one last good look of everything we've created in this area so far. And then we're going to sleep and head over to the industrial area, which was in the thumbnail. Okay, you should start seeing the industrial area load in right about now, and I don't know who came up with the original idea to have an industrial area, but I got this idea from a recent Mumbo Jumbo video, and basically the idea is to have a place to keep all your farms so that it reduces lag in your main base, as well as looks pretty cool because it's just cool to have all your farms just put together in the same area. Now this first farm I'm going to show you is right here, and it's my creeper farm, and I got this from JC Plays, and don't worry, I will be giving credit to all the creators and their videos in the description from where I got these farms. So this gunpowder farm here is giving us lots of gunpowder, and soon when we have enough gunpowder to build up about a shulker box full of TNT, I'm going to take that into the nether and then get a bunch of ancient debris and make it into a bunch of netherite. So look forward to that. Now over here, down below the gunpowder farm, here is the cactus farm. And this one is pretty much all over YouTube. There's not a specific creator to give credit to. I just made it from memory in this world. And let's see how much cactus it's been giving us. Nice. That's a lot of cactus right there, and we're converting it into green dye over right here, and also into bone meal with this automatic composter here. Now over here on this section is the iron farm, and I got this one from Silent Whisperer, and it's really making tons of iron. I highly recommend this farm. I think we've got about 12 stacks of blocks of iron in my world, which is, enough for anything we want to do, even the mega storage system that we want to build later on. Now the last farm in this area, which is right here, is a gold/experience farm, and it's probably the best farm I have in my world, because when you have mending tools and you have a full renewable source of experience, you basically have infinite durability. And so that's why this farm is so useful. It also gives a whole bunch of gold here and a whole bunch of rotten flesh, which I store over here. And I can trade the rotten flesh with villagers. I can trade the gold with piglins eventually when we do that. And overall, it's really useful. Probably the best farm in my world, and I highly recommend it. I forget if I mentioned it, but this one is made by Navy Nexus. So let's pick up a couple more rockets, and then we'll head over to my villager area. See you there. Here we are at the village, and as you can probably see, I'm going for a medieval vibe here. I'm using a lot of cobblestone and oak logs, and even making some flags out here at the lookout in the front of the base. So here, if we just move forward and come through these fence gates, then I can stand right over here and give you a good look of what this village is. It's got some flowers, it's got some fountains, and it's mostly symmetrical, but I have a little bit of different designs for the different villager compartments. On the left side here, I have my farmer villagers, a total of 2, 4, 6, 10 of them. And these guys are mainly useful for trading melons for emeralds, and that's even better when I have an automatic melon farm. So this automatic melon farm basically just runs off an etho hopper clock. It breaks the melons, and then it comes down and gets collected by these hopper minecarts, which drop it off, and it all funnels into a single chest. That single chest that it all funnels off into is right over here. So we pretty much have infinite emeralds with this automatic melon farm. We also have some rotten flesh here that we can trade with our cleric villagers on the other side. And this last chest here is for any extra thing I might want to trade with my villagers. For example, maybe paper with the librarians. And if we move along here, then we can come through this fence gate. And I think I accidentally bred a villager in here and forgot to let him out. Usually when I breed a villager, all I really do is Give them the bread through this little dispenser with a lever here, and then let the baby villager out through this little hole because they have a height of 1. And that way the baby villager can get out, but not the adults. But it seems like I accidentally left this guy in there too long, so we're going to have to figure out a way to get him out of there. But that's for a later time, since this is still the world tour. This is not a very sophisticated villager breeder, and for that reason I have to have a lot of beds to let the village register that there's enough beds for a new villager, but that's not too much of a problem. I really just put them all underground here, and there's plenty of space. Now if we move up on out of this room, we can go towards the middle, and you see a very nice house for this villager in here. And you can probably predict that this guy is our mending villager. He's too far away to be traded with right now, but he offers mending books for just 1 emerald, and he's even got his own personal bodyguard here. Now right next to this as well is a little trap door, and if we go down here, this is how we get discounts on our villagers. If you don't know, the way to get discounts on villagers is to cure a infected zombified villager. And I call them zombie food and villager eater right here. And same on the other side. So if we just press this button, it'll give us everything we need to cure a zombie villager, and we can do that right now. So when that guy gets cured, he'll give us discounts on all the villagers on this side of the village, and then he'll get re-eaten by villager eater. So let's just head back up here and close this trapdoor, and we'll head on to the other side of the village. So in this corner we have sort of the hub of this village. Here I have my nether portal if I want to get here through the nether, and some extra enchanted books which I traded for earlier but I actually didn't end up needing. Some iron is here as well because you need anvils to enchant, and I also have some regular books and a whole buttload of emeralds right over here. So if we ever need to trade for anything, we've got the emeralds for it. Now if we move out of the hub, it's pretty much the same thing on this side, except now librarian villagers. These guys have the protections, but I'm missing, I think, fire protection out of here. Oh no, here's fire protection 3. This guy has projectile protection 4, and this guy has normal protection 4. So I'm missing blast protection out of these guys. And if we move on here, they have efficiency and unbreaking villagers. And as you can see, the discounts are really useful. This guy went from 21 to 1 emerald for an efficiency 5 book right here. And over here, there's his fortune and silk touch. And pretty much we've just got librarian villagers throughout here for almost any trade we could ever want. And if we want a new trade, we just need to get a new librarian. So these guys here are my main librarian villagers, and that's why they're inside the center of my village. But if we move a little bit outside the center, over through this hallway, we have even more librarian villagers, and these guys over on this side are basically just not quite as good, but good enough that we want them. For example, this Smite 5 guy, we may want Smite 5 sometimes, but it's not as good as Sharpness, and Sharpness gets to stay over right there in that compartment. Also over here, we have 3 cleric villagers, and these guys, like I said before, will take our rotten flesh, just 1 rotten flesh with our discount, and give us an emerald for it. And I want you to keep this trade in your mind, because if we can get 1 emerald off of 1 rotten flesh, we can take that emerald over to the end of this hallway, and over in this compartment we have a guy that's willing to trade us a whole diamond pickaxe for 1 emerald, and it even comes with unbreaking 1 on it. And yes, this is how I got my barrels of diamond pickaxes in the cave. Not only that, but next to him we have a guy that will give us a diamond axe or a diamond sword for also just 1 emerald. So these guys are very OP, especially with the discounts. Now if we move over this way, there's one more thing to show you in the village, and it's what I call the lookout. So basically we just come through this door here, goes behind us, and come up these stairs. And you know, there's a little bit of a window lookout here as well. So once we come up these stairs, we can look out over the front of the base and also see the inside of it. So it's a cool place to just observe everything that we've got here. Now over to the right also, we can see that there's the tree and vine farm I've built as well. And I'll meet you right down there. Over here at the vine farm, we've got a really nice spruce planks and stone pathway with also some redstone lamps to light it up. And I really like how the brown combines with the green. I think it looks really good when you look at it. Also over here we've got these 4 sort of contraptions where we can farm our vines at, and they're not too big, but I don't really use that many vines either, so it's good enough for me. Anyways, over here we have underneath both of these sides minecart hoppers which collect any vines we farm up. Those minecart hoppers drop off those vines. They go into a hopper line and a dropper system into a water stream and all the way up through here, and they get automatically sorted. Now I purposely put this green glass here because I think it looks really cool to see our items come through and be sorted while we're in this building. So this building's got a silk touch axe fully enchanted, a fortune axe fully enchanted, a bed, a crafting table, a shovel, a barrel with bone meal and dirt, and every single type of leaf, log, and sapling except, of course, jungle wood. Our menace, we can never find it. Hopefully soon, it's coming. Alright, but let's give one last good look at this building. And then over to the right, this is where the tree farm is, and this is basically just 6 sections. 3 of them are bigger on the right side, and then 3 of them are smaller on the left side. And here we can grow our trees, and also under this we have minecart hoppers as well, which will collect them, drop them off, and it'll come through the same pipe to be automatically sorted. Now just in case that automatic storage system breaks at some point, we also have this little entrance through the back where we can come in and check on our item sorters just to make sure that they're not breaking at all. That pretty much covers the village area, and before we go, I'm going to give you one good sky view of the village, the tree farm, vine farm, and the tree farm building, also from the side as well. And then after, we're going to go and head over to our next spot, which is very close to the village base. So we've covered the village base, my home base, kind of where I spawn and I have my starter house, and also the industrial area, and those are the 3 main areas of my world. But we also have some smaller ones like this one over here, and you might be like, Rewind, what did you bring me to? It's just a hole in the ground. But if I drop down here, I hope I don't die. Alright, we're good. So if we drop down here, this is my Instamine area, and because we dug out that huge area to make my mine, I actually didn't need to use this area very much, but if I ever need some materials and I want to insta-mine them with a haste 2 beacon, this is the place where I go to. Alright, we're going to head on to the next area, and I'll see you there. Man, I really need to renovate these stairs up out of the insta-mine area as well, because this is tedious. I wonder, can I fly out of here? If I press it, oh my gosh. Wow, I didn't even think that was possible. The next 2 places I'm going to be showing you are very close to my starter base right here, and they are the zombie farm, which is just down that little hole right there, and the skeleton farm, which is underwater and down this hole right here. Alright everybody, here we are at the skeleton farm, and as you can see, I've kind of tried to get the color palette to match with the skeletons themselves here. That's why I've used a lot of white concrete and bone blocks, because the skeletons are mostly white, and the brown here fits with the skeleton's brown bow, and the skeletons even have a little bit of black in their eyes, and the polished andesite is mainly because I thought it completed the palette and made it look really good. Now over here we also have an automatic smelter, and the reason for this is we get a lot of bows and also gold and iron gear from these skeletons. So instead of throwing them away, why not just smelt them together and get some iron and gold nuggets out of it. But if we move on here, we have some decorative blocks and a carpet. We have some paintings and some banners. And we also have a place here if we ever want to put in another portal. But whenever we kill the skeletons here, their items get automatically picked up by a minecart with a hopper, and then they get dropped off, elevated, and sent into the automatic sorter. So bones end up here, arrows end up here, and pretty much equipment and anything else ends up here. So there are better skeleton farms that I can make, but for the most part I don't use that much bone meal, and you can get that through composters, and there aren't many original uses for bones, so this farm is good enough for me. Let's head over to the zombie farm. The zombie farm is pretty much the exact same thing as the skeleton farm, except this time it's based on a couple different colors because zombies are of course different colors than skeletons are. And I don't predict we'll be coming back here anytime soon because we get plenty of rotten flesh from our XP/gold farm, which kills a bunch of zombified piglins for us, but it is here if we ever do need it. So over here is one of the last things I have to show you in my world, which is my livestock animal farm, and this includes rabbits, chickens, pigs, including the dinner bone one, every color of sheep except brown, and cows as well. The only thing I'm really missing is bees. Maybe we'll get that soon. But over here in this corner I have my tools/storage room. In these chests I have things to feed the various animals, and if we want to renew those chests we just have to harvest these crops on the outside. Also in here is some leather and rabbit hide and a bunch of different colors of wool. And in this specific barrel here we have a lifetime supply of raw pork chops. If we ever need more food we can just come here and get a bunch. We also have a couple beds and a crafting table and a furnace for whatever we need to do. Now on the other side of this nether portal is the last thing I have in my world to show you. Now what type of Minecraft player would I be if I didn't make myself a safe nether passageway where I could move around in? And that's exactly what I've got going on here. This passageway is made out of smooth stone and some glass panes so that I can see out. The ghast can't see me through these glass panes, so I am safe here. And this passageway goes for hundreds of blocks. As you can see, it turns here, goes along, passes that portal over there, and if you can see through the fog here, it goes up and over, and yes, it keeps going for hundreds on hundreds of blocks. And basically where these portals lead is this one goes to my livestock farm, that one over there goes to my main base, and the one far away goes to a very far village in my world that I stole villagers from. But the big problem with this nether passageway is that it's not fast. It is not fast to move through, and usually I just use my elytra to get around, so we will be renovating this soon so we can get a faster nether passageway over here. Hold on, wait a minute. I already know what you're saying. You're saying rewind. What is going to happen in this next episode of the Let's Play series? I cannot wait to find out. Well, random YouTube viewer, I will let you know. What we've got going on in the next episode of this YouTube series is I'm going to be making a building around this creeper farm. And as you can tell by the insane height of this creeper farm, we are going to be building a massive skyscraper. And it's going to be made of mostly lime green concrete, which is why we've been building up so much green dye and bone meal here to get our lime green dye to make the lime green concrete. And I'm going to be getting my inspiration for this building mostly from the Empire State Building. So I'm excited for that. If you're excited for that, or you enjoyed this world tour, or if the day you're watching this ends in Y, go ahead and leave this video a like, leave it a comment, and I will see you in the next one.